the best duet in the air, Raven!
I worked really hard to get where I'm at. I've only been doing this aerial in particular for 3 years, and I progressed really quickly because of the time and the energy I invest in what I do. I literally think about this stuff all of the time is the thing. Like, I think about what my movements mean, how they can be put into performance, and how I can sequence. And it's just like the choreography and the aerial and the things I need to work on are just there at the forefront of my mind all of the time. And because of that, because I'm so saturated by it, that's why I've kind of found a way to progress in a really quick fashion. I was looking for someone to join me on this gig, and then Kyla she had been around, like floating around in the ether of my life, and Melissa was like, hey, like, what about Kyla? And I was like, yo, that's a great idea. Beautiful lines, like really smart. I didn't know that much about her, but I knew that she was intelligent, and I knew that like she had a good critical eye and had a similar dance background. She said some like really insightful thing about like how she liked that I ascended or made a climb out of things that were like not climbs, so that like I didn't climb up, but like I just like picked a sequence that like ascended me, and that was like the whole point of like how I choreographed it. And I really appreciated that kind of insight, and I was like, thanks. And I just like remembered that, and I pocketed it. I like called her to like ask her if she wanted to like partner and be on this gig with me. We did it, and we were actually like, oh, that was like, that felt good, that looked good, and we were like surprised by how well it went. And it was just such a relief to be like, yeah, cool, awesome. Because we both know what our goals are, it just, everything kind of flows more easily, and we can create really quickly. Because it's performance, you're so drawn into the present. You just like are getting so much information. It's like sensory overload. It's cool to have someone to make eye contact with and have that human connection on stage, but still being so drawn into like the pinpricks of time is just like you just like get chills. You know what I mean? Like you can't really ignore it, and like that those moments like stay in your brain, right? They just kind of stay with you, like, oh, the moment that we looked at each other, oh, the moment that I looked out there, the moment that you were hanging from my knee, but I could just like hang out there for like 2 full rotations of this lyra and just like hang out with you there. Like, it's just like I get the best of both worlds while I'm performing with her, with Kyla, and it's just so lovely to have like that security to be able to fully feel and express and know that you are both supported by each other. The responsibility of like holding someone is major. I mean, you have their life in your hands, and then as a flyer you have to trust, and I don't have a lot of skill there either. So you learn in time with your partner what you do, who you become. They learn to trust you, you learn to trust them. And that's the thing, it's like we have a high standard, and we won't perform things that aren't performable or aren't safe, but to finally hit a level of perfection that we both seek, it's a relief, because I want things to be as good as they possibly can be, and so does she. The way that we invest in both like the rehearsal process and in the performance is just so major. And because we both trust in our eye and what we put out there, right? It all kind of comes together in a way that like I couldn't do alone. And I can't do with anyone else really. So it's really special.